What's going on, everyone? It's your boy James, Grendel's Garage, and as you can see, we have a project, and I cannot wait to get going on it. We have the welding stuff ready to go. The Yes welder is plugged in, and I can't wait to start it, guys. So what are we doing? What are we up to? I don't even know. I do know a little bit. So basically what's going on this CDH power tank for this rear setup, it is leaking like crazy. So we drained the gas completely all the way down to the bare bones, leaking out just a little bit. But we're gonna go ahead and remove the tank. And as you guys are aware, the reason why I went that route is one, for testing, just to see what something like that would yield. But honestly, it was a failure. It's aluminum. I don't have an aluminum welder, which I'm working on, maybe saving some money to have an electrician come in to put in a 212 or doing it myself, all that kind of stuff. But this isn't the forever house, potentially, so I would like it to be decode, and I don't have to worry about it later on. Anyways, long story short, I don't know how much that's going to cost and what the wife is willing to put in for. So we're going to go ahead and weld up a little bracket that's going to go ahead and put a little gas tank. I don't have one in frame, and it would be a pain to go grab one, but I went back and forth between putting on like one of those like gallon ones, the 4-liter ones, but it was just like, nah. You know, honestly, I buy so many little kits that it just makes more sense that I'll just, if one leaks, honestly, I'll just put a new one on. And if I have a little frame bracket that's welded onto this frame itself, this nice beefy frame, I think that just will be the way to go. So we can get this back on the road and start playing with some more jets for the Nibby or do something else. I don't know. Been watching a lot of Trent's motorized bicycle stuff, and it kind of is interesting. I do have one of those carburetors for chainsaws, so that just might be kind of fun, especially for this testing in the beginning and our good results. So I don't know, we might give the Nibby a couple more times. Anyways, guys, so this is what the bracket basically looks like. Blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I have a longer one on the back side, so if we want to slide anything side to side to the back, I figured that would be the best if it was longer, and it's just like how I cut it. Yeah, not a lot to say, guys. It's pretty basic, honestly. I did drill a giant hole there, as you can see. Hopefully I didn't get too much light. Hopefully you can see that right in the middle, and that's just to make it super easy to weld to the frame itself. I did bend it, manipulate a little bit, but it's just time to get it on there. So guys, I'm going to do some welding off camera because it's just a lot easier. The boy is sleeping, and yeah. Stay tuned, guys. Here we go. What's going on, everyone? It's your boy James, Grendel's Garage, and we are back at it with mounting a mount for a gas tank. So we went through and drilled some holes, took a file, kind of widened them out a little bit just so we could have some play. Got it all really strapped on and everything is ready to go. We have the S welder. We're going to use the same settings that we had before when we were laying this down. Yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and probably put tack weld there, and then tack here, tack on the top, and then go back and weld on as much as I can before I have to start moving stuff around. But there's the basic setup. The gas tank sits on super nice. We might have to widen this side out just a little bit so we can kind of clear the frame a little bit. But I figured at this point, let's just go ahead and get it welded on for fun. As you can see, I got tin foil or aluminum foil all over the bike just because it'll protect any slag that's shooting all over the place. But it's a little janky, but what are you gonna do? Eventually we're gonna take apart the entire bicycle, I think, and put some clear coat or something on like that, and so we don't have to worry about rust later down the road. So here we are, guys. Besides that, I don't know. Stay tuned. I'll show you the end result. Not really going to show the welding process because it's so long. It's not just like hook it up and go, because I'm not that good. Or do a bunch of tweaking and stuff like that. So, alrighty, guys. Stay tuned. Alrighty, everyone. We are back. So, we had a lot of fun. Obviously, guys, I'm not a professional welder. Want to get better, all that kind of stuff. It looks pretty secure. It looks secure, like low up in there. I was having a hard time at connecting for some reason. I just don't think I cleaned it up enough. So you could take a grinder in there and go crazy and do all that stuff, but it ain't going anywhere. And I got to learn. That's what this bicycle is all about, is just learning welds and all that kind of stuff. So, but long story short, it works. It works. I'm pretty happy overall. Learned a lot. I have some like really good spots and then just some absolute god-awful spots. So, but yeah, she ain't going nowhere. Let me go ahead and grab a gas tank here. I gotta go ahead and drill out the holes or fire out the holes just a little bit more, but the premise is still there. Bada bing, bada boom, guys. Just be able to sneak your bolts in and kind of work them up, and we'll be able to bolt that down. And I don't know, maybe actually put like a little bit of rubber on there to bring this up. You could also put a couple big, actually that's probably what I'll do, some big bolts right in there so that it brings it up a little bit. So yeah, clear the handlebars, not too far away from any kind of carburetor that we choose to run or don't run or whatever. So cool, guys. Overall, like I said, pretty happy. We'll go ahead and file it up, clean it up a little bit, obviously off camera and stuff like that. But as far as welding goes, I'm pretty happy. We're done. There's only so much slag, you know, so much metal you can throw at something before it starts turning into poop. And we're technically not supposed to weld this metal again on top of itself, but I mean, for what we do, guys, whatever. And that's the Demon Core. But it works pretty good overall. Cool, guys. Stay tuned. Alrighty, everyone, we are back. Still at it. Kind of cleaned up the gas tank holder. Pretty happy with it. If I were to do it again, I think I would have used square tubing, cut off the bottom, and then shaped that to the frame. And then it would have been up a little bit higher, and then I wouldn't have to like necessarily mod anything down the road if needed. Just kind of a little heads up of what I would have done different. But great opportunity to weld. Man, I was slinging crap in there. Not necessarily great, but I'm pretty happy. But anyways, guys, on to the next thing. We're gonna go ahead and stretch the frame on the back side a little bit where the steins are, dropping down for the dropouts and stuff like that. So what I did was I took the scissor jack out of my car and procured it for this project. I cut off the top of it right there. And yeah, I'll have to buy a new one for the car. No big deal. I'll just buy one on Amazon, super cheap, get it the next day, not a big deal. But for motorized bicycles, time doesn't wait, guys. So what I did right now, I put a block of wood so we can get right down the pipe. It's a little twisted right now just because I need to recenter it, but we're pretty much right down the middle of where I want to be. I don't have a torch, or else I would heat up the dropouts and stuff like that. But I do have a heat gun, which surprisingly works pretty good at 1,000 degrees temperature. Who knows how hot it's getting. You can kind of already see some discoloration because I was kind of playing with it a little bit. And then we're going to use this good old magnesium rim that I've just been sitting on. So that'll be kind of our measuring. We do have a spacer in there. And that'll be kind of what we do, guys. We'll kind of see where we're at real quick. I did kind of tweak it a little bit and go from there. So we'll fast forward, or actually I'll probably turn you guys off just for battery life purposes. I'm going to go ahead and heat with the heat gun a little bit, and then once I'm done with that, we'll go ahead and get some measurements. So stay tuned. Alrighty, guys, we're back. Nice and toasty in the garage. It's kind of warm outside, which is nice. It's going to get nice and hand tight first. Oh, she's already hand tight. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it, what we need, roughly, and where we're at. I think we got to go just a little bit more. Got to be kind of quick because although the metal will keep the heat, I'm not sure how long it will, but I really don't want to break anything either. Oh yeah, I did pretty good about getting that right down the middle, guys. I'm gonna get you right down the middle. Let me know how I did. She's getting stretched, that's for sure. So we're just gonna let that sit for a sec, kind of let the steel feel the new memory. Kind of bowing a little bit here and kind of flaring out, but I think that's because the gussets. So in the future, if you're gonna do this, stretch the frame first, I think. Maybe if we add a little bit of heat, guys, too, introduce the heat, kind of help that metal, remember, get the new shape. Just for a little bit, guys, just for a little bit. Especially on this side. This side's not as forgiving. Actually might be helping a little bit. I don't know if you have to do this. Probably total waste of time, but maybe, just maybe. I'll probably heat those up a little bit too. I didn't think about that. You will be surprised how fast this little heat gun will freaking heat it up. Not as good as a torch though, time-wise. Alrighty, let's just go ahead and release. Oh man, I'm gonna have to really, that really went back quite a bit. So we'll probably do this a few times, probably do it off camera obviously, and we'll just kind of continue back and forth, I think I already tell you. Even with the spacer, I mean, we got more than what it used to be. But I still need about... Because here's the deal, you can get the tire in, but what I would like to do is when you get that chain in there, as far as your tire goes, gotta make sure you got a chain clearance, if that makes sense. So, alright guys, we'll probably just do this a couple more times. I'm not like in a huge rush to get it perfect, if that makes sense. So, I mean, I'm gonna take my time. That's what I'm trying to say. We'll take this guy off too, so we can get better measurements. But yeah, that's gonna be the gist of it. We'll do it a couple more times, and then in the future, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and modify this a lot more, so it's a perfect fit every single time I put it in. Weld a little top part on there, and this will become a frame stretcher because I'm in it, guys. I am so in the motorized bicycle. It just comes down to time with work and all that stuff, and raising a family. But we definitely got it a little bit more, that's for sure. Alrighty guys, stay tuned. Alrighty everyone, we are back and we got the Wildcat 80 mounted on there, mostly just for a placeholder so we get the chain on. And it looks so nice, right? Look at that, Grinnell's Garage. Alrighty, cool. So where are we at, guys? Well, we got it nice and stretched out. I'm super happy. We got the old mag rim on there, and I'm not gonna lie, once we get those stickers off with Kitsune being the silver gray white fox, it's gonna look pretty awesome. I will definitely miss the big wheel on the front, but I think we're gonna go mag and mag just to keep it matching. I think we're gonna go ahead and probably take that rim and move it over to the felt build. So stay tuned on that. Be kind of cool, but just for everything making it look good. So here we are. I don't have it fully mounted on as far as the engine goes, but let's see how we did. Let's go ahead and take a look actually, guys. Let's see what's going on here. So basically we have pretty good, oh geez, there we go, technical issues. We have really good clearance as far as the chain and our disc itself. We have a little bit of play, so we're going to be pretty accurate. We are tightened down completely. We have a big old spacer in there. The way I stretched it, kind of a little bit on accident. I wish I didn't stretch it quite as much because we do have quite a bit that we have to suck in. Probably a good, like, I don't know, that much. Half inch probably, a good half inch that we got to suck in. And I wish we had a little bit more meat on there. So we'll go ahead and play with that. I think we might put a little bit smaller spacer. We'll suck that in a little bit more so that way we're completely flush with this bolt, and we'll kind of go from there. But overall, what do you guys think? So remember, we're on a little bit of a tilt. I want to tilt this axis because this is just the way the bike sits. Try to get you some light. I'm not gonna lie, guys, it is pretty close. I have enough room to play with anything. If I need to sand down anything on this side, to move it over a little bit, we can do that. So we are pretty good. I'm so happy, guys. That works so well. So well. We are slanted a little bit to the right, which is pretty typical, especially on the faker, the felt faker frames with the wheel. But we still have more play if we wanted to. But that's the max size tire we can put on these kind of mag wheels. Alrighty, let's give you guys a little test run. Sorry, trying to get the ambiance perfect. So remember, this isn't like, you know, perfectly mounted. We got a little bit of play, and there's also no air in this tire. And I do remember now, because I was like, man, this thing is flexing. But that's kind of part of the mag, is you want it air in the tire, and that's part of the whole process of making it nice and firm. So now we have the clutch engaged. Let's go and give her a spin. Not bad, huh? Pretty happy, guys. What can I say? So there you go, guys. That's going to be what I do in the future for stretching frames. I know Trent does like the 2x4. I think he has metal, actually, metal 2x4 or something like that, and he stretches it, pulls it out, I think from like right here or here, anchors it in one of these parts, and then pulls it apart at the same time. Great idea. It might be good for leverage too. But I kind of like this idea. This is, you know, Grendel's Garage. This is what we do. Something different, something unique. And, you know, I don't know. I imagine those jacks can't be that expensive. Hopefully I didn't turn like a $100 jack into one tool. But hey, what do you do? Cool, guys. What's next? We'll go ahead and get the gas tank probably figured out next, as far as throwing on some vents so we can vent it. Make sure that we might have to cut some bolts just to make sure that we're good to go when we do go to mount and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe make some spacers. I don't know. But we're getting there. Little stuff like that. What else? As far as getting a disc brake setup, I'm thinking about doing something right in here. I have to level this out because this bows, you can't see it, but obviously. But this bows out towards us, and this kind of goes flat. So I'd have to make that perfectly flat, have some kind of mount in here, and that would be a good little spot to, if I'm able to fit something like that into there. I'd have to like actually do some measurements, stuff like that. If I were to do something in the back, I'd have to go all the way right here. So I don't know, man. You'd have to like have some pretty big mount coming off the back, which can be done though. It can be done. We can have like weld on like one giant piece of metal right here, cut that off, weld on one piece of metal, drill out holes to make it look cool, ergonomic and cool. I don't know. We can figure it out. But I'm kind of thinking right here. Let me know. I might start fabricating some stuff, drawing up some stuff, and then read your guys' comments and see what we get. But wait, progress on Kitsune. What can you say, guys? Al Babylon forever. This is probably going to wrap it up as for this little tiny endeavor. I'm not sure if it's going to be tagged on or add-on or standalone into the next one. So until next time, it's your boy James, Grendel's Garage. Stay tuned.